You just swapped from MLBB to HOK, and now all these heroes, you don't know what they do. Don't worry, let me introduce some heroes that you may find interesting and similar from MLBB background to HOK. Let's go. Okay, starting from the EXP lane, or otherwise known as Clash Lane HOK, for the easiest EXP such as Balmond, you can try out Arthur or Paladin in HOK, which is this hero I'm using. So, simple enough, he can dunk on his ultimate. His spell 2 is a spin. And spell 1 is a leap that you leap towards the enemy. So it's a very similar skill set in terms of the Balmond skill set that you usually see in the MLBB side. If you are someone who enjoys playing Alucard, the burst heavy or auto attack heavy sort of EXP in MLBB, try out Fatih, the Mighty Conqueror in Honor of Kings. The spell 1 movement will remind you of the movement of Alucard. The ultimate will remind you of Argus or Freya. It slices and dices and relies on a lot of auto attacks. Okay, next up, if you are someone who enjoys playing Badang or Cho in MLBB as a fight opener or playmaker, do try out the Martial Monk Dharma in HOK. You can make multi-man engages such as this. And for something more similar to Cho, you can try out Mayin, the Martial Genius. She can do things like this, or engages like this. And if you're someone who likes to play Sylvana for lockdown like this, try out Fuzi, the Wise Sage in Honor of Kings. His main damage dealing method is really similar to Argus or Freya, who relies on a lot of auto attacks weaving in and out. And if you're someone who enjoys playing Khalid in MLBB due to its strong laning phase and early game brawling capabilities, do try out Byron in HOK. Very strong healing and very strong shielding as well, very strong in the early to mid stages of the game. For EXP players who enjoy playing ranged EXPs such as CC or Alice, do try out Miyue the Ravnus in HOK. Very similar damage dealing method with CC and also very high capability of healing similar to Alice. A 2-in-1 special for those who play ranged top laners or EXP laners. For MLBB players in the EXP role who enjoy playing battle tanks such as Uranus or Hylos, do give Bai Qi, this tank here, a try. Very strong battle tank that has insane amount of healing and damage capabilities. It will remind you heavily of your days as an unkillable demon tank. Split push players in the EXP role who enjoy playing Son, do try out Lee Sin. He is very similar in terms of playstyle of pushing out towers and stealing turrets and running away from the enemy. His tower breaking speed is extremely fast, and you just run away after everything is happening to the next lane that you want to push. For players who enjoy playing Bennett or Benedetta in MLBB, try out Rose Fencer in HOK. Very similar playstyle in terms of the 1v1 capability, strong side lane, and strong dueling. She will be something that you will remember as a player that enjoys playing Benedetta. However, if you want something that's very similar in mechanic that requires you to control your left hand or right hand analog for pushes or for enhanced basic attacks like Benedetta, do try out Guan Yu, this hero right here. He will remind you heavily of Benedetta in terms of controlling your left hand constantly and also getting empowered auto attacks. Okay, lastly, if you're a Lapu Lapu enjoyer due to his dual form of heavy and light sword forms, try out Mulan in HOK as she can do the same. Check this out. Next, after EXP will be jungle users. For jungle users who enjoy Karina's straightforward playstyle of kill, reset, and kill again, try out Archer, the Shadow Stalker in HOK, where after you kill the enemy hero, you get full refund of your spells and repeat again. Or if you are a Fanny user and you are looking for the most difficult mechanic to master in HOK in jungle role, try out Jing, the Broken Mirage in HOK. She has a very distinct playstyle that is very different from the other jungle heroes. She takes a lot of time to master, and she is also what you call a fast hand hero. Or Lancelot enjoyers, Lance. For those who wants to enjoy resets and continuous dashes, try out Luna, Mirror Blade of HOK. Very similar hero compared to Lance, just that instead of spell 1 on Lance, you reset the ultimate on Luna by dashing onto the mark. Now, if you're a Hayabusa enjoyer in ML, try out Levi the Lyricist in HOK because you do the same thing, you assassinate from afar, and you go back to your original position. But it takes lesser skill compared to Hayabusa. Some of the spells from Levi might be familiar to Lance enjoyers as well because your spell 2 can dodge out tower shots or damage by going intargetable. So yeah, Lance users, you might enjoy Levi as well. For Ling users who enjoy being the main carry of the team and play around the side lane with the fast farming rotations and just do a lot of damage in the late game, try out Hansen the Wind Spear as well, although it's not as difficult, but his carry capability and damage output and mobility will fit Ling users' appetite. But if you fancy the Ling playstyle of jumping across walls and looking for these assassinations, do try out Fate as well from HOK, because this is one hero that plays around the walls and looks for assassinations and paths away. For Yisunshin players who enjoy range carry type of junglers, although HOK does not really have a melee to range alternating hero yet, but I think Xuanche, the Mad Lash, is very suitable for you because you have to take note of like how far the range is between your spell 2 and your ultimate for maximum damage output. For Magic jungle users that enjoy Julian, do try out Sima Yi in HOK. It will remind you a lot about the magic assassinations that you enjoy back in ML. This is a very fun magic assassin that you can play in the jungle. Now, for Roger users who enjoy the long range and melee swap around, the form swapping, try out Pei in HOK. He's very similar to Roger that has like double skill set of being melee and range that can alternate and swap around. For tank jungle users who enjoy Fedrin or Baxia, there isn't really much similar heroes in HOK that have the exact same playstyle, but if we talk about being a strong tank jungler, strong early, strong skill set, I do recommend you guys to try Soul Guide. He has built-in execution, built-in regen, built-in range damage, which is very suitable for those who like to play the tank jungle. Or if you're talking about some melee tank that you can really enjoy something like Fredrin, you can always try out Dun that provides you an entrance in and strong healing and shielding for you to bail out. For Paquito users who enjoy the 3-spell reset mechanic, do try out Yao, the Starblade in HOK, where the third spell is also like Paquito, where all spells are available and enhanced. Okay, next up will be Mage users coming in from MLBB. If you enjoy playing Eudora, the easy sort of mage in ML, try out Daji, Heartseeker, where she does the same thing where you just press spell 2, ultimate and spell 1, same as Eudora. For Gord users coming from MLBB, you will find Angela, the Scorchette in HOK, very familiar in terms of skill set. Check it out. For Nana users in MLBB, you will find Xiao Qiao, or otherwise known as Breeze Heart, very familiar as well. Your spell 1 is a boomerang. Your spell 2, although it's not a hex similar to Nana, it's a knockup, and your ultimate does a lot of damage similar to Nana as well. For flashy mage players who enjoy playing Valentina or Guinevere, do try out Mai Shiranui in HOK because her setup and assassination potential is very strong, fitting for those who love to play the mage assassin or flashy mage role. Okay, for ML mage assassin users who like to play Kadita or like the Gusheng who are quite difficult to play, try out Shangguan in HOK because she is also a very difficult mage to play, but she is very satisfying to master. Her ultimate reminds you guys of 1-1 as well, where you need to fit the requirement to unlock it. For Harley and Cyclops users, Kongming will be a good addition into your hero pool because this hero will remind you of their playstyle. You kill the enemy with your ultimate and you get the full refund back onto your ultimate to cast again. It can be blocked like Leslie's ultimate if someone is blocking in front of you, so do keep that in mind. For Harif enjoyers, do try out Diao Chan, the Lotus Dancer in HOK as well. As long as you're in this circle, your spell 2 will always reset and it will always give you more mobility. It's similar to Harif's spell 2 basic attack reset. For Zeusin enjoyers from MLBB that like to lift or pull the enemy to your team, do give Shi, the Silk Weaver from Honor of Kings, a try. You land your spell 1, you pull them to your team, just like how you do with Zeusin. But the only thing is you have to hit the spell 1. For Yve users, YVE users, you'll find Yixin's ultimate very familiar as their playstyle is very identical like this. You lock the enemy and you start spamming spells in the middle of the board and they take a lot of damage. For Xavier users from MLBB that enjoy the long range snipe style coming in from Xavier, do give Nua the Celestial a try coming in from HOK. Her ultimate as well is a global sniping ultimate. If you enjoy Valor in the Mage role, do give Zoyu the Inferno a try in HOK. He controls fire and he also burns the enemy, and the longer they burn, the more damage they take. Lastly, if you enjoy control mages like Aurora coming in from MLBB as a mage user, you might want to give Princess Frost a try, as her ultimate will kind of remind you of Odette's ultimate, but her role is a control mage to provide crowd control, to provide slow and damage to the team. Okay, next up, gold lane players. This hero will probably remind you of the old Clint or current Claude or Granger. It is Marco Polo. His ultimate is like a blazing duet or old Clint's ultimate. Spell 1 is like Granger or old Clint. Technically, old Clint or Granger. For Mia users, you can try out Solaris, or known as Ho Yi. Although he cannot go into invisibility mode, just like Mia's ultimate, but his damage output is very similar as of Mia's. For Leslie enjoyers that like to one-shot the enemy, try out Long or Aoi in HOK, where your whole gimmick is just like Leslie. Double tap sniper to one-shot the enemy, whereby Long is like 3-1 and boom, the enemy's dead. For Iritel users in ML, if you like the run and gun playstyle that Iritel offers you when she casts the ultimate, try out Channel, the pack leader, where their ultimates are very similar in terms of their ability to kite while running. For MM users that like playing Layla, try out Garou from HOK, that her spell 1 gives her additional range that can often hit the enemies from across the screen. Okay, if you enjoy playing Marksman that are difficult in the gold lane, such as Beatrix or 1-1, do give Arlie a try from HOK. Parasola Arlie is one of the most difficult farm laners for you to master, as she provides so much playmaking potential. She sort of reminds ML players of Kagura, but in the MM role. Okay, next up, for Ixia users that enjoy using her ultimate to do damage, try out Huangzong, the artillerist from HOK. Very similar in terms of damage dealing methods, using the ultimate to strike the enemy from afar in the cannon form. And if you're someone who likes to play with Beatrix sniper form, try out Shouyue, or otherwise known as long shot, where the mechanic is very similar, charging your spell 2 as a sniper shot. Last but not least, let's go to roamer heroes for MLBB users coming into HOK. For players who enjoy playing Atlas, do give Guiguzi the Animist a try. You pop your ultimate, your spell 2, and you flash at the correct moment for a 5-man engage. For roamer users from ML who enjoy playing Minotaur's multi-man knockup playstyle, do give Lianpo a try, where they are quite similar. For roamers who enjoy playing Franco in ML and you'd like to hook the enemy, you can play Kui, the Void Caller. Spell 1 is the same, you smash the ground. Spell 2, you hook the enemy, and ulti, you suck them just like Franco. But the ulti for Void Caller is a stun instead of a suppression compared to Franco. But if you're looking for suppression like Kaja or Franco, you can play Liang. His ulti is also a suppression, similar to Kaja and similar to Franco. Another hero that has suppression in Honor of Kings is called Dong Huang, the Harbinger. His ulti is similar to Franco's, where you can suppress the enemy. During this period, if enemy hits you, all the damage is sent to the enemy. You guys share the damage. For Johnson roam players, do try out Sun Ce, the Seafarer. Although this hero is not a roamer, he's more towards the tank role. And his ultimate is very similar to the ultimate coming from Johnson that allows you to travel from the map. But it's not infinite. Once you clash into the enemy or the bar above expires, you stop. Okay, for T-grown roam users, you can try out Xiang Yu, the Unyielding Overlord. So his spell 1 is similar. You charge into the enemy, you flick them up with a knockup. However, his ultimate is not a taunt, it is an AoE stun with a lot of damage. So he can go for the roamer role, or he can go for the EXP clash lane role. For roamers who like to play the heal or shielding type, especially the pocket shield healers like the Angela from MLBB, you can try out Yaria from HOK, Diri here. You can shield your ally and provide CC crowd control. Although you do not heal, but you do the exact same job as what an Angela would do. Another pocket roamer similar to Florin or Estes will be Ming in HOK, the Star Teller. Whichever ally that gets linked by this spell 1 gets adaptive magic or physical bonus, and also gets increased attack speed, and they also receive healing from Ming's passive. So it's a very good pocket healer and damage provider. And now for chip users who want to make the game more macro centric, you can try Da Qiao, the Lantern Light. Your spell 2 sends you back to base. Any of your teammates can take it, including you. Alright? This is just the practice tool, so it sends me towards here. And once I take the portal back, it sends me back to my original location. So my ultimate, this ultimate right here, it's an AoE portal where all my teammates across the map can teleport to the portal instantly to join the fight. So you might be wondering, is there any hero in HOK that is like Diggy from MLBB that can do AoE cleanses to save their teammate? Yes, there is. This hero called Zhuangzi, also known as the Dream Wanderer, his ultimate is the Diggy ultimate. It is an AoE cleanse that gives you a shield as well to your teammates. It can cleanse almost every crowd control out there aside from suppression from the likes of Franco, or in HOK is aside from Liang and Dong Huang. Okay guys, that's all for the hero recommendations for MLBB players coming into Honor of Kings. Do enjoy your stay here, fellow MLBB players. Stay as long as you want. There's no hate or discrimination here. Just, you know, enjoy whichever game you guys want to play, right? So, my name is Sagi, an English content creator for Honor of Kings, and caster as well for Honor of Kings tournaments. So yeah, see you guys in the next video.